Sponsors of Taunton Racecourse European Breeders' Fund Junior National Hunt Hurdle Race, and they are sent on their way over on the 2-mile start. Good for you, one of the first to show, red and yellow with the white face and Shermanator as they head towards the first of the flights of hurdles. And as they leave the ground for the first time, Coach Donge made a slight mistake, partly impeded, I think, by A Day Dancing in the red and white colours as they head on towards the second. A Day Dancing held up at the back of the pack as they reach flight number 2. Red and yellow in red and yellow with Shermanator. They were the first two to rise as the runners make their journey out of the back straight very shortly. Good for you just tracks the leaders early on. The red and white jacket belongs to Flash in the Pan as they prepare to make the turn at the far end of the racecourse. Over in 5th place at this stage we have the green and white stripes of Connie Mack as they take the turn. Uhtred Ragnarsson races in about 5th or 6th place as they take that bend. The early pace is not that strong. Share Your Biscuits is towards the back along with the debutant Coach Donge, and also held up is A Day Dancing, who's taking a keen hold at the back of the field, who is still headed by red and yellow, but the pace has steadied somewhat with Shermanator in close attendance. Good for you likewise, just ahead of Connie Mack and Flash in the Pan as they reach the first of the flights up the home straight. And again, they're all over safely. Shortish run then towards the flight, and the circuit's time will be the last. Red and yellow, Good for You and Shermanator are the front wave of 3, and there's not too much between them over flight number 4. Rising in 4th place, the red and white of Flash in the Pan as the first 3 just begin to move on. Connie Mack is next, just ahead of Uhtred Ragnarsson on the outside of Coach Donge, and Share Your Biscuits, and 3 lengths back to A Day Dancing. So red and yellow with a bit more purpose now, leads by half a length from Shermanator in 2nd, and in 3rd place is Good for You. 3 lengths back to Connie Mack, who is on the inside of Flash in the Pan, then Uhtred Ragnarsson and Share Your Biscuits as the runners make the turn that'll bring them right-handed, and then the run towards the back straight. Share Your Biscuits with Coach Donge, and A Day Dancing is at the back of the pack. So they're making the turn, and out in the lead it is red and yellow, who still shows the way by a length or so from Shermanator in 2nd place. Alongside Shermanator on the inside is Good for You, half a length away. Once again, the field just close up. Flash in the Pan and Connie Mack ahead of Uhtred Ragnarsson, Share Your Biscuits, Coach Donge, and A Day Dancing as they reach the first in the back straight, which they all take well enough. So heading then past the halfway stage in this Dragon Bet, proud sponsors of Taunton Racecourse, EBF Junior National Hunt Hurdle, and out in the lead red and yellow by half a length from Shermanator. Good for You is a length away in 3rd. Then 3 lengths back to the next little group, who are still made up of Connie Mack, Uhtred Ragnarsson, and also Flash in the Pan. Behind these we have Share Your Biscuits. Coach Donge is still well back in the field at this stage in company with A Day Dancing, as the front pair take the next, slightly slowly by Connie Mack, as the leaders continue their progress towards the last flight on the far side, 3 from the finish. Red and yellow, it is who approaches the next flood of hurdles and steps over it in the lead with Shermanator in 2nd. Good for You is now ridden in 3rd place and has dropped 4 lengths off these pair of leaders who've readily gone clear. Into 4th place goes Uhtred Ragnarsson, who's now pressing for 3rd, and on the home turn it is Shermanator who takes it up under Brian Carver. Red and yellow in 2nd, the improving horse is Uhtred Ragnarsson, who's moved through into 3rd place, still travels okay. Back in 4th is Good for You, then behind these the ridden along Flash in the Pan, and they've pulled clear of the others. So heading down towards the second last, Shermanator, red and yellow trying to renew the effort. In 3rd is Uhtred Ragnarsson, now being ridden along. Shermanator still has the lead. That lead is 2 lengths at 2 from the finish. And over in the lead from red and yellow and Uhtred Ragnarsson, and they've readily gone clear now of Flash in the Pan in 4th. Down towards the last, it is Shermanator in command. Shermanator is over 6 lengths clear from in 2nd place red and yellow, and off up the run in it's Shermanator on the first start for Harry Fry and Brian Carver in the River Dee stable. Shermanator looks a nice prospect. Hopefully he'll be back, and Shermanator wins by 3. Red and yellow in 2nd place, Uhtred Ragnarsson in 3rd, had a Flash in the Pan, Good for You, and late progress from A Day Dancing.
A very polished performance from Shermanator to win for the first time for Harry Fry, the 2nd time over hurdles, and he's done so despite a penalty. And despite getting... Yeah, let's head up to Rich Toils, as it looks like they're ready to go.
Away we head. They're often racing for the Dragon Bet on-course and online maiden hurdle. Disguised to Limit, one of the first to show, in company with Glancing Back and Eton Blue towards the outside as they take the first, at which blundering and unseating Baronetti David Noonan got a little bit of a kick afterwards. I think he is okay. The horse is okay. Another one that came down was Millsbridge. So Millsbridge and Baronetti are both out at flight number 1. Both riders appear okay. Both horses appear to be galloping away fine as well. So they'll make the turn out of the back straight. Loose horse in front of the field. Disguised a limit on the inside of the pink jacket. Restrained now by Glancing Back. Fasol moves through to dispute third with Glancing Back, with High Fibre in 5th place. Harry Cobden keeping an eye on the loose horse. He's aware it's on his inside on Fasol, and he's just trying to let the loose horse up the inner. Not sure whether Michael Nolan's quite aware there's another one there as well. So they settle down, quite an instant packed start. Disguised a limit, flanked by loose horses. Eton Blue towards the right-hand side. Fasol in blue and white, just ahead of the pink jacket of Glancing Back. Then High Fibre. The loose horses in front of the field. Both mates shunt out to the right as they race towards the next flight. Monteria races on the outside of Sadler's Dream. They are in 5th and 6th places over the next, which they all take. Behind those we have Game On Babe. Just nudged along, Sang Pour Sang Amour towards the back early on is Hector's Hope, and also Ted the Thief is well back as Disguised a Limit leads Eton Blue and Fasol over the 4th flight of hurdles. 5th place belongs to High Fibre, just ahead of Glancing Back. So the order past this, Disguised a Limit has the advantage by 2 lengths. Fasol on the inside of Eton Blue in the maroon sleeves. High Fibre in orange, Glancing Back in pink. Monteria's white face on the outside of Sadler's Dream. A length back to Game On Babe. Quite a wide margin to Sang Pour Sang Amour in the very pale colours. Also well back is Pretty Punctual. Pushed along is Ted the Thief, who's outpaced at this stage as they move away with Hector's Hope the back marker. So it's Disguised a Limit who'll lead the turn out onto the final circuit, with Eton Blue on the outside of Fasol racing in 2nd and 3rd as they prepare to move towards the back straight. High Fibre on the inside of Glancing Back 4th and 5th. Monteria races 6th ahead of Sadler's Dream, as again the loose horse is in the eye line of the leader as they race towards the first down the back. Disguised a Limit is over in the lead. Once again, just watching them all over it. They are all over it, although at the back, very slow and about to be pulled up, is Hector's Hope. So out in the lead, it is still Disguised a Limit by 2 lengths. Fasol is in 2nd, Eton Blue 3rd. High Fibre is in 4th place as they race towards the next with Glancing Back. And Monteria is just making a little bit of ground into 6th place. And then behind those, we have Game On Babe. At the back, Hector's Hope is actually still continuing, albeit a long, long way behind. Once again, the loose horse is bypassing the flight. Disguised a Limit leads Fasol in 2nd. In 3rd is Eton Blue. High Fibre in 4th place, just pushed along in the orange jacket as the leaders make their way on towards the last flight on the far side, 3 from the finish. Disguised a Limit in the blue with the orange hoop leads Fasol in blue and white. In 3rd place and ridden along is High Fibre. Eton Blue still there on the outside. Monteria in 5th, then Glancing Back, and they're now moving on from Game On Babe, Sang Pour Sang Amour, trying to make some ground. Home turn, Disguised a Limit has Fasol hard at work, 3 lengths back. Eton Blue in 3rd, then High Fibre. They've moved on from Monteria, and Disguised a Limit under Michael Nolan travelling best on the approach towards the 2nd last. Fasol trying to get on terms, still 2 lengths down. Then in 3rd is High Fibre, heading towards the 2nd last. Disguised a Limit has the advantage, but only by a length and a half now, as Fasol in 2nd place and High Fibre both try to throw down challenges. Disguised a Limit over 2 out. Now challenges on either side, and High Fibre in the orange colours, and Fasol sweep past Disguised a Limit. High Fibre orange jacket on the right-hand side, Fasol blue and white the left, and it's Fasol over on the far side who's finding more on the run to the line and will readily sprint clear. The attention of the loose horse close home, but Fasol it is who wins comfortably in the end. Out guns High Fibre up the straight with Disguised a Limit in 3rd. A little bit of late ground from Game On Babe to share a photo for 4th with Eton Blue.
Oh, Fasol is off the mark for Paul Nicholls and Harry Cobden. Even money favourite, he returned 2nd place. High Fibre.
Overpriced, the market is probably counteracting that now.
Yes, flag is raised, so we'll head up to commentary with Richard Hoyles.
Away they go. 3 deep on the run towards the first. Renoir and the noseband. Majestic Maya towards the right-hand side, and Phoenix Risen as they take the first. Red and white striped colours of baseline show in 4th place. Under restraint is Dirty Den in the hoops of maroon and white. And the back 2 are Tarantino, and held up is Sunning Hill as Renoir and Majestic Maya, along with Phoenix Risen, are the first 3 over flight number 2. Baseline races in 4th place. Still quite keen in the first time cheek pieces is Dirty Den. There's a little bit of a gap to Tarantino, and held up Sunning Hill by Michael Nolan. They dispute last place as Phoenix Risen and Renoir are the 2 leaders round the turn. Settled off them now is Majestic Mia in third place with Dirty Den and Baseline. Just behind these is Sunning Hill, who's a little bit keener now that he's alongside Tarantino at the back. And Sunning Hill under tight restraint from Micheal Nolan as they make their way up the home straight for the first time. Renoir in the centre of the trio of leaders in the noseband. Left-hand side, Phoenix Risen with the red and black stripes. And it's these two now by Majestic Mia is about a length or so away as they take the next. Dirty Den from Baseline, Sunning Hill on the inside of Tarantino. So the 7-strong field fully intact. Renoir, Majestic Mia on the right, left-hand side, Phoenix Risen. Dirty Den in fourth place, just ahead of Baseline. And then 3 lengths back to Tarantino and Sunning Hill. So out in the lead, it's Renoir, who just showed the photo this time in the centre. Stand side in the black and green is Majestic Mia. And on the inside, Phoenix Risen. Only a length back to Dirty Den in the maroon and white. And then the red and white stripes at Baseline. So only a length between the first 5. Then Tarantino and Sunning Hill, still under restraint, is now the back marker as they'll turn out onto their final circuit. Renoir leads Majestic Mia now with Phoenix Risen and neck away in third. Baseline has moved up on the outside of Dirty Den, then Tarantino and Sunning Hill as they move into the back straight. Renoir it is who now has a clear advantage. That advantage is just over a length. Phoenix Risen and Majestic Mia are second and third. Baseline and Dirty Den on the outside with Tarantino and Sunning Hill. First down the back straight. Phoenix Risen, a little bit of an awkward leap, rather got in the way of Dirty Den as well as they make their way now well past halfway. It's Renoir who has the lead, just about a line of 4 in behind. Phoenix Risen, Majestic Mia, company with Baseline. And then on the inside is Dirty Den. Tarantino comes next, and still no move from Sunning Hill. Sits off them by 2 lengths as Renoir leads them towards 4th from the finish. Renoir from Phoenix Risen, Dirty Den. Majestic Mia just losing the place slightly, is now back in 5th as they step over that flight. And for the first time, Sunning Hill just asked to take slightly closer order amongst that rear division. So Renoir it is who continues to lead under Extingle. Phoenix Risen in the stripe colours. Then towards the inside Dirty Den. Tarantino's made good ground, green with the yellow disc. Then Baseline, Sunning Hill. It's Majestic Mia who is the only one who is really struggling as Renoir turns out of the back straight, leading Phoenix Risen. In third place, Dirty Den, just ahead of. In fourth is Baseline. Then behind these, Tarantino. Sunning Hill, once ridden, hasn't immediately picked up and is still posting them about 3 lengths start. And the pace really beginning to lift now as Renoir and Phoenix Risen race towards the second last. Dirty Den towards the inside, Baseline. Then Sunning Hill and Tarantino heading towards 2 from the finish. Renoir taken on by Phoenix Risen. Dirty Den towards the inside, then Tarantino. Behind these, Baseline and Sunning Hill. 2 from the finish and 3 in line. Renoir, Dirty Den to the left-hand side, then Phoenix Risen. Tarantino, Sunning Hill is gradually edging closer now into about 4th place. This is the last. Renoir trying to hold off the cavalry. Sunning Hill spies an opening between horses. Dirty Den, Phoenix Risen and Tarantino. Sunning Hill and Phoenix Risen driving towards the line together with on the inside Dirty Den, but Sunning Hill for Micheal Nolan. Swept by them all to beat into second, probably Dirty Den, head of Phoenix Risen in a photo. 4th place from Renoir and Tarantino, 5 covered by 2 lengths.
A great finish to our handicap hurdle here at Taunton, and the first place goes to Sunning Hill.
Go steady here despite the 3.5 miles. They're quite keen to get on with things, and away we head for the Dragon Bet backing our opinion at Cheltenham Handicap Chase. 3 miles, 4.5 furlongs. Inish Or and No Hubs, No Hoobs are the first 2 to show over the first of 21. Over in third is Bells of Peterborough. Las Galan is in 4th place early on in the black and yellow colours, and Musical Slave is held up. And despite the marathon trip, this is a relatively decent pace being set on the run towards the second by Inish Or. Inish Or has the lead by a length over the second. No Hubs, No Hoops jumped it slightly the better of the pair, and as a result now moves back to the lead. So No Hubs, No Hoops leads Inish Or towards the third. They have an advantage of about 6 lengths or so over Bells of Peterborough, who rises in third. Las Galan just about alongside in 4th, and Musical Slave as we race towards the open ditch. No Hubs, No Hoops opening up an advantage now of maybe 3 lengths over Inish Or as they take fence number 4. No Hubs, No Hoops over, maybe 6 lengths clear from Inish Or. And No Hubs, No Hoops is stringing them out early on. Las Galan and Bells of Peterborough dispute 3rd place, and Musical Slave is last of the 5. And still, with a degree of purpose, No Hubs, No Hoops is into the first turn. and has the advantage by, must be 10 to 12 lengths now from Inishaw, who remains clear of Bells of Peterborough and Lascalain. The Musical Slave, the back marker, would now be 25 lengths behind this leader, No Hubs, No Hoops, who's on towards the 5th. So No Hubs, No Hoops with a clear advantage over Inishaw, who in turn remains clear, but not quite so far of the chasing pack. Over in third, Bells of Peterborough, Lascalain, Musical Slave, as the leader is already nearly at the next and is over it. No Hubs, No Hoops from Inishaw. Gap between them 10 lengths. Bells of Peterborough third. Lascalain in fourth place, and No Hubs, No Hoops has established a near 15-length advantage here as he races towards the 7th. He is over Inishaw in second place, remains clear of Bells of Peterborough, Lascalain and Musical Slave. Those rear trio are only covered by a couple of lengths, but No Hubs, No Hoops has made the intentions plain here under Tom Bellamy. Still 2 complete circuits to travel. He is 15 clear from Inishaw. 6 to 7 lengths back to Lascalain and Bells of Peterborough, and Musical Slave is still just the back marker of that trio as No Hubs, No Hoops begins the turn, carrying them towards the back straight. Inishaw still 15 lengths down. Lascalain is now moved into third as they take the bend. Bells of Peterborough is in fourth place, a length back, and then Musical Slave. So the first circuit, No Hubs, No Hoops, took it up by virtue of a better leap at the second, and since then has steadily increased the advantage, although it's probably holding stationary now around about 12 to 15 lengths, as No Hubs, No Hoops is over the 8th, continuing to jump well. Inishaw in second place, 6 lengths back to Lascalain. Bells of Peterborough and Musical Slave are alongside each other, still with a clear advantage, around about 10 lengths. No Hubs, No Hoops over Inishaw with 7 lengths back to Lascalain as they race towards the second in the back straight. No Hubs, No Hoops continues to attack the fences with relish. And in second place remains Inishaw, who in turn is clear of the other trio who remain quite tightly bunched. Lascalain, Bells of Peterborough and Musical Slave. No Hubs, No Hoops again sees a good stride over that plain fence, as indeed do the whole field. Though Bells of Peterborough landed a little bit awkwardly there as they race towards an open ditch. No Hubs, No Hoops still in splendid isolation. 10 to 12 clear from Inishaw as they take the ditch. Inishaw remains clear of Lascalain, Musical Slave and Bells of Peterborough as they leave the back straight. So we're reaching the halfway stage of our feature race. The Dragon Bet backing our opinion at Cheltenham Handicap Chase. Still a long way to go, but the first half of the race at least has been dominated by No Hubs, No Hoops. If anything, is even further clear than he was a circuit ago. 15 back to Inishaw, who's not so far clear of Lascalain, who's the one that's broken out of that rear trio to move a little closer. Bells of Peterborough and Musical Slave, but No Hubs, No Hoops heads then towards the first up the home straight. Not quite as fluent as he has been. Inishaw in second place. Lascalain, Bells of Peterborough and Musical Slave. Leader No Hubs, No Hoops. Just slightly less exuberant over that. From Inishaw, Lascalain, Musical Slave and Bells of Peterborough. So down towards the last in a circuit's time. No Hubs, No Hoops, not quite so far clear. Saw a good stride there, but Inishaw is making inroads into the lead now. Lascalain is good 8 lengths back and just was a little grassy nosed there, just pecked on landing. So the order as they make their way out past us. No Hubs, No Hoops is still clear. Inishaw, however, just beginning to nibble away at the advantage, is about 8 to 10 lengths back, but the leader is still clear. Lascalain 6 lengths further away. Musical Slave and Bells of Peterborough are still at the back. So No Hubs, No Hoops out on this final circuit and still clear. Inishaw in turn is clear of Lascalain as they now make the turn, and we've now got just over a mile to race, 7 fences to take, and still they are very well strung out here. No Hubs, No Hoops still clear. Inishaw in turn is still clear of Lascalain, who in turn is another 4 lengths back to Musical Slave and Bells of Peterborough. 7 from the finish. No Hubs, No Hoops approaching this fence, and he's over, took it well. Inishaw about 8 back, didn't take that too well. Lascalain in third, Bells of Peterborough, Musical Slave. So out in the lead, No Hubs, No Hoops, about 10 clear. Inishaw in second, only a length in advance now of Lascalain, and Bells of Peterborough and Musical Slave are just closing up in that chasing group as well. Another good leap by No Hubs, No Hoops. Inishaw in second place, again Bells of Peterborough into the bottom of that fence, and now is driven for the first time. No Hubs, No Hoops not so far clear. The gap between the leader and the second is down to about 6 lengths. Inishaw, Musical Slave moving through the field with some purpose as well. Then Lascalan and Bells of Peterborough racing towards the last ditch. Out in the lead, No Hubs, No Hoops. But that advantage has steadily been trimmed in the back straight by Musical Slave. Then Lascalan. Inishaw is under pressure and Bells of Peterborough is trying to rally. No Hubs, No Hoops still has the advantage, leaving the back straight. Musical Slave has been the big improver. Then Lascalan. Inishaw appears can't go on. Bells of Peterborough is ridden now into 4th place. No Hubs, No Hoops. A look over the shoulder for Mihal Nolan on Musical Slave. Sees in behind Lascalan in 3rd, and then Bells of Peterborough racing towards the 3rd last. On the left-hand side, No Hubs, No Hoops. Musical Slave continuing to wait, is over a length down. Just ridden away from that. Then in 3rd is Lascalan. Musical Slave being gathered together for a challenge on the outside of No Hubs, No Hoops as they take the 2nd last. Right-hand side, Musical Slave. No Hubs, No Hoops has given it everything, but is now just back in 2nd place with Lascalan. This is the last. Musical Slave over No Hubs, No Hoops, rallying most gallantly on the inside. Musical Slave has the lead. No Hubs, No Hoops trying hard, but Musical Slave in colours that we're going to see a lot of this week. Wins and provides doubles for Mihal Nolan, Philip Hobson, Johnson White. No Hubs, No Hoops in 2nd, Lascalan 3rd, Inishaw in 4th, and Bells of Peterborough last of the 5.
The 12-year-old Musical Slave has gunned down the valiant No Hubs, No Hoops. 5-1 winner.
For an across-the-card double after success at Stratford earlier. Let's head up to Richard Hoyles.
The pricing by real bookmakers at Dragon Bet Handicap Hurdle Field are dispatched at the top of the home straight, and they head towards the first of 12. Early on, Skinful, one of those in that front wave with Just Go For It. De Vega's Warrior as well, and to the right-hand side, the purple jacket of Moor End and the green of Exmoor Lad. Pace is quite brisk as they leave the ground for the first time over the first. Weaver's Answer in 6th with Only Gossip. Behind these, Laddie Cooper Mere in the first-time cheek piece is quite keen and was keen on the way down. Last 2 Faded Fantasy as the leader takes the 2nd in company with Sam Plan Pour Moi. So racing their way up the home straight for the first time, and they're already stringing out. Responsible for it, Skinful and De Vega's Warrior, who are now 4 lengths clear from Just Go For It, who made a slight error at the 2nd. A further neck away is Moor End, who, along with Weaver's Answer, disputes 4th place. Only Gossip in the pale blue. Exmoor Lad just drifting back in the field. Then behind these we have Laddie Cooper Mere with 3 lengths back to Faded Fantasy, and Sam Plan Pour Moi was dropped out, but is just having to be niggled at an early stage here to stay in touch with the rest of the field, who admittedly have gone quite quick over this 3-mile trip. Out in the lead, it is Skinful and De Vega's Warrior into the back straight and heading on towards the 3rd. The 2 leaders have round about 4 lengths in hand over Just Go For It and Weaver's Answer, who have moved past Moor End, who will rise in 5th place at flight number 3. Leaders take it together. Only Gossip in 6th. In 7th place, Laddie Cooper Mere. Exmoor Lad didn't take it too well. 4 lengths back to the back pair, Faded Fantasy, and still 3 lengths back to Sam Plan Pour Moi. Skinful and De Vega's Warrior making their way down the back straight for the first time with a long way to go. Skinful, white jacket on the inside of De Vega's Warrior. Half a dozen lengths to Just Go For It and Weaver's Answer. Only Gossip on the inside of Moor End as they approach flight number 4. And over in the lead, Skinful, De Vega's Warrior, they all take it. Faded Fantasy 1 from the back in company with Sam Plan Pour Moi, and Faded Fantasy just being pushed along, still strung out by 15 lengths. Skinful and De Vega's Warrior are over the last on the far side, clear from Just Go For It and Weaver's Answer. Over in 5th place is Moor End, who another one who's being pushed along quite a long way from home. A reminder as well for Laddie Cooper Mere. Only Gossip comes next. And these 2 leaders have got a few of them at it at a very early stage here, because we're only just about to complete a circuit, not yet at halfway. Skinful and De Vega's Warrior, 8 clear from Weaver's Answer, the grey, on the inside of Just Go For It as they make the turn back towards home. 4 lengths back to the ridden along Moor End, then Only Gossip. Laddie Cooper Mere comes next with the green jacket of Exmoor Lad. Still 4 lengths back to Faded Fantasy, and still Sam Plan Pour Moi is the back marker. Once again, just being rustled along by Conor O'Farrell. As these 2 leaders at this stage, it is unrelenting. Skinful and De Vega's Warrior are over the next flood of hurdles. Better leap by Skinful of the pair. And over in third place is Just Go From It from Weaver's Answer. Only Gossip on the inside of More End and Laddie Cooper Mere as they take the next flood of hurdles. Then Exmoor Lad. Sam Planpourmois just beginning to get a little bit more involved, just passing a couple of the stragglers, but still Skinful and De Vega's Warrior have an 8-length advantage over Just Go For It in third. Fourth place for More End. Weaver's Answer comes next, pale blue of Only Gossip. Laddie Cooper Mere in company with Exmoor Lad as the chasing group just bunch up. Faded Fantasy comes next on the inside of Sam Planpourmois, who is still towards the back, as still Skinful and De Vega's Warrior head out on their final circuit. They remain clear to the tune of at least 10 lengths over Just Go For It, who's in third place. Then on the inside is Weaver's Answer. Fifth place belongs to More End as they make the turn. The leader's already about to enter the back straight. Only Gossip comes next. Laddie Cooper Mere with a neck back to Exmoor Lad, and still 2 lengths to Faded Fantasy and Sam Planpourmois. Leading pair not so far clear now, as Skinful on the inside of De Vega's Warrior, 4 lengths back to Just Go For It and Weaver's Answer. There was a peck by More End in 6th place, so Only Gossip begins to improve, and quite a few of the stragglers are just beginning to make some progress now. They include Sam Planpourmois in the pink cap. So for the first time, they just all begin to come together, as out in the lead, Skinful still leads by a neck from De Vega's Warrior with 4 lengths back to the improving Only Gossip. Just Go For It, Weaver's Answer. More End pushed along. Laddie Cooper Mere. Sam Planpourmois now making definite headway in the pink cap. Well, they didn't really pick the feet up there. Then behind those, we have Exmoor Lad, and Faded Fantasy still has made no progress from the back, racing towards 3 from the finish. Skinful on the left-hand side, held together with De Vega's Warrior. Just Go For It, Only Gossip on the outside, and Weaver's Answer. It's these 5 as they make the turn out of the back straight with Sam Planpourmois, Laddie Cooper Mere and More End under pressure. Faded Fantasy and Exmoor Lad about to be pulled up. Still on the front end, Skinful and De Vega's Warrior. Only Gossip in third place. Then in fourth is Weaver's Answers. Just Go For It is under strong driving. Sam Planpourmois continues to try and stay on and has moved through into 5th place as the leaders make their way up the home straight, and still Jack Tudor sits quietly on Skinful. De Vega's Warrior in second. Nothing else as yet has got in it. Only Gossip trying on the right-hand side, still with 3 legs to find. Then behind these, Weaver's Answer, and then Sam Planpourmois, 2 out. It's Skinful who's over in the lead. De Vega's Warrior steps at the flight and comes down. Leaves Weaver's Answer and Sam Planpourmois disputing second place. Only Gossip was very badly hampered and has stopped to a walk, but it's Skinful who's clear. Sam Planpourmois has got into second place, but no chance with Skinful, who's kept up a relentless gallop here. Cheltenham Week, Skinful gets off to a good start. Jack Tudor and David Pipe for Sarah Ling and partner. Eastdown beats Sam Planpourmois. Weaver's Answer. Only Gossip does hold on for fourth, but was badly impeded by the faller. Just looking back, jockey's up okay. Horses galloping past me as well. So De Vega's Warrior and Philip Armstrong both look fine.
I would aptly
Ready to
named
get on
winner.
with things, and the starter's ready for them. So let's head up to Richard.
Sent on their way. First timer is Siam Park, who was aggressively ridden on his chasing debut, leads My Rockstar and Fast Buck towards the first. They all take it. No, but I will, racing in about 5th or 6th place early on. So Siam Park heading on towards the first of the open ditches. In the yellow sleeve jacket has the advantage. Also racing handily, J'ai Paleton in the red and green with the noseband. They arrive at the second with My Rockstar, Fast Buck and No But I Will. A couple of lengths back to the nosebanded Abingworth, who's on the inside of halfback. And early on, Blue Ribbon is the back marker. So J'ai Paleton right alongside Siam Park as they make the turn. My Rockstar in the quartered colours in third. Racing in fourth is the checks of black and pink for Fast Buck, then No But I Will, white and green. Halfback quite keen now amongst horses in the pink jacket, just testing James Best's arms at the moment with Abingworth and Blue Ribbon as we race towards the third. Siam Park over in the lead in company with J'ai Paleton. Abingworth, the one that was a little bit slow, quickly on towards the next. Siam Park, J'ai Paleton over with My Rockstar and the still keen halfback on the outside of No But I Will. Fast Buck lost a couple of places over those last two, with Abingworth and Blue Ribbon continuing to bring up the rear. Siam Park and J'ai Paleton led together over that flight or fence, with right behind them now halfback, who's taken such a keen hold in the first half of this race that he's going to tank himself right through to dispute the lead. So halfback Pink Jacket on the outside of Cyan Park, Jay Palaton between the pair with My Rockstar out wider, No But I Will on the inner of Fast Buck, and a gap of 3 or 4 lengths back to Abingworth and Blue Ribbon. So about to turn right-handed, and halfback right on the outside has just about moved through to share the lead, at least with Cyan Park, and now shows with a length advantage. Jay Palaton continues to be prominent with My Rockstar, saving ground, No But I Will, poking up the running rail with Fast Buck. And the other two right in touch now, including Blue Ribbon, who was outpaced a little early, but is now back with the field with Abingworth. Halfback, My Rockstar on the outside with Cyan Park and Fast Buck, and then Jay Palaton, and the front 5 all took it well. No But I Will back in 6th place with Blue Ribbon and Abingworth as very tightly grouped. The runners make their way down the back straight. Cyan Park still on the inside of halfback. Those two with just a narrow advantage over the rest of the field. My Rockstar is there as well with Fast Buck. Behind these, Jay Palaton. He's lost a place or two. No But I Will comes next, then Abingworth, and driven along again is Blue Ribbon towards another plain one. Cyan Park left-hand side, half back in the Pink Jacket, My Rockstar and Fast Buck, just about a line of 4. Jay Palaton, still Ben Bromley just behind the leaders as they head towards an open ditch, which will mark the end of the jumping in the back straight, and it is 4 from the finish. And over in the lead, Cyan Park, half back, My Rockstar and Fast Buck. Jay Palaton still on the leader's heels. No But I Will, then Abingworth, who receives a reminder, and more stern reminders administered to Blue Ribbon as they make their way round the final bend. And out in the lead, it's disputed. Cyan Park, halfback, and My Rockstar. Then Fast Buck. Getting involved is Abingworth in the light blue colours. Then Jay Palaton and No But I Will. 7 of them with decent chances, though halfback is now beginning to weaken, and Jay Palaton has lost a bit of ground as well. Racing up the home straight, 3 to take. Cyan Park and My Rockstar. No But I Will jumps through into 3rd with Abingworth, and those two really deliver challenges now. My Rockstar, Cyan Park, Abingworth, and No But I Will, a line of 4 over the second last. Cyan Park on the rail, battling on. No But I Will, white and green. Then My Rockstar. Abingworth is the one to back out of it at the last. Cyan Park, hurled at the last, still leads from No But I Will. Off up the run-in. Cyan Park seed off a host of challengers. One remains, it's No But I Will, but this time Cyan Park is not for catching. Cyan Park holds on to complete a double for Jack Tudor with No But I Will close for 3rd between Abingworth and My Rockstar, and they were clear from Jay Palaton and Blue Ribbon.
Today was the day for Cyan Park, who came into this 0 from 8 over hurdles.
Backable now, but as James said, a low-level end to the card here as they're off and running in the final race.
The first one to break the line, Quintaro in 2nd in the black and white, and wider out Cap de Triomphe. Yellow Jacket of Grenadier settles in 4th place early on as they head towards the first flight with Mac 10. Albert Park towards the back with What Makes Honey Bee as they all take flight number 1 without any mishaps. It's 7 of us who shows the way, 7 of us under Elizabeth Gale, pursued by Quintaro with wider out Cap de Triomphe in the purple colours. Grenadier in the yellow jacket is just in 4th place, but there's precious little between 2nd, 3rd and 4th as they head on towards the 2nd. And the well-grouped trio at the back make up of Mac 10, who races on the inside of Albert Park, who's a little wider out, and What Makes Honey Bee as we arrive at flight number 2. 7 of us just stumbled on landing there, and as a result is rather swallowed up by the chasing pack, at least temporarily. And Grenadier now seeing a bit of daylight begins to tank on the inside as we reach the 3rd. So Grenadier, yellow jacket on the inner of Quintaro, and 7 of us between the pair. Cap de Triomphe is now back in 4th place, with in 5th What Makes Honey Bee just tracking actually now Mac 10 as they race their formation. A little wider out is Albert Park as they go into the bottom turn. So Grenadier in the yellow colours disputing the lead now with 7 of us. Quintaro slots in 3rd place, black and white with the noseband. Then Mac 10 on the inner of Albert Park. Just drifting back in the field slightly is Cap de Triomphe, but just off the back end by a few lengths is What Makes Honey Bee. And she is about 4 to 5 lengths behind the others now as Grenadier leads them on towards flight number 4. Grenadier left-hand side still racing quite freely with 7 of us. On the wide outside, making ground is Albert Park in the pale blue sleeves to dispute 3rd place with Quintaro and Mac 10 as they take the first up the home straight. In 6th place is Cap de Triomphe, and still this little gap to What Makes Honey Bee as they head on towards flight number 5. Grenadier took that really well. Better than Seven of Us, whose hurdling's been a bit indifferent during the first circuit. Albert Park moving up, but is wide on the course with Quintaro. A length to Mach 10. Then behind these is Capra Triomphe, and last of all, but in touch is What Makes Honey Bee. So it's Grenadier in the yellow jacket will lead them out on the final circuit. Seven of Us in the black and pink, and Albert Park still 3 wide. Quintaro, black and white, towards the inside is Mach 10 in the orange cap of Capra Triomphe, and What Makes Honey Bee. Into the bottom bend they head. Grenadier and Seven of Us continue to dispute the lead. Albert Park continues to race wide on the outside of Quintaro. Then in 5th place is Mach 10. Just bumped along was Capra Triomphe in 6th place, but still responds to the rider's urgings and is still in touch, and still this gap of around about 3 lengths to What Makes Honey Bee as they enter the back straight. Seven of Us right back alongside Grenadier as they head towards the first flight of hurdles in the back straight. They take it together. Quintaro in 3rd. A little slower there was Albert Park, who lost a couple of lengths, is still disputing 4th with Mach 10 and Capra Triomphe, 2 lengths to What Makes Honey Bee. As Seven of Us has a lead of round about half a length, now nearly a length from Grenadier in 2nd. Quintaro, Capra Triomphe improving up on the outside of the field in the purple jacket with Albert Park. Then Mach 10, and What Makes Honey Bee hasn't lost any more ground as Seven of Us leads them towards the next flight of hurdles. Seven of Us in the black colours leads from Grenadier. Quintaro right there with Capra Triomphe, and right on the wide outside again Albert Park. Behind these Mach 10 is pushed along, and then What Makes Honey Bee. It's Seven of Us who heads towards the last on the far side. Quintaro on the outside, Grenadier on the inner, then Albert Park. What Makes Honey Bee just trying to get involved now. What Makes Honey Bee amongst horses as they all jockey for position here. Everything with every chance as they make their way into the bottom turn. Seven of Us still has the lead from Quintaro. Up the inside, Grenadier is still there. Right round the outside, Albert Park's covered a lot of ground, but is making ground. Then behind these in 6th place is Mach 10, and What Makes Honey Bee once again is relegated to be the back marker, but is still in touch as again Albert Park is wide off the final bend. Racing then towards the second last. Seven of Us for Elizabeth Gale. Quintaro for Ryan Corcoran has moved through into 2nd place and positioned himself to have a crack at the leader. What Makes Honey Bee making good ground. Then Grenadier and Mach 10. Seven of Us still leads. What Makes Honey Bee for Chad Bayment on the outside of Quintaro. Then Grenadier and Mach 10 as Seven of Us tried to hold them off, but What Makes Honey Bee has swept through from the back of the field to challenge at the last, and she leads. What Makes Honey Bee leads Seven of Us and Quintaro with 150 yards to go. What Makes Honey Bee right from the back of the field for Harriet Brown and the Racing Club leads Seven of Us, and another winner for the red hot Chad Bayment. What Makes Honey Bee wins. Close for 2nd, Seven of Us with Mach 10. Quintaro was 4th. Behind those was Capra Triomphe, Grenadier and Albert Park.
And that is Chad Bayment, who continues on his great run of form, and he delivers What Makes Honey Bee to win this finale here at Taunton.